Alright, let's do this. Actually, I have to get air in the tire. If you haven't watched the previous video about the air in the tire, the nozzle on my rim, where you put the air in, has a small leak. It's not consistent. It happens usually like when I do highway miles and stuff like that. Or just anything over 50 miles an hour. That's not consistent, but yesterday when I'm coming home, I took the highway, and I was like, oh, and then I realized, like, oh yeah, that's why I don't take the highway anymore. Actually, the reason why I don't take the highway to work is because I want to talk to you guys for a little bit. So we're just going to hang out and done. Left a little bit earlier than usual, but who knows how much the airtime is going to take up. I have to wait in line, all usual stuff. But that's what's happening right now. What's going on in line is just the absolute usual craziness. Every time, I know that I make blank statements, and and I talk about people. Well, I make comments for people who will never watch any videos that I make anymore. They might have watched videos before, and they might have been like, not for me. For some reason, the YouTube shorts are taking off. I don't understand it. But then again, when Twitter first came out, it was only like 150 characters per tweet, and I couldn't even see what the reasoning behind that was, because there were web pages, links that were more than the number of tweets, so you would have to do tweet after tweet after tweet. And it was really bizarre when Twitter first began. QT, my Twitter account, username is QT. QT is not my first. It's not even my second. I think it's my third. It might be my third account that I created. Because I had my real name as an account, and I had Q Hope, which was my original Twitter username, but that was what I went by for the longest time, because I was trying to shake the Q ball persona that I had, and I don't think I ever shook it, so for a second. Wow, what's all this traffic? Should have gone. Traffic on my back roads. What's going on? But, those are probably going to be using highway. Just going to go get some air real quick. Hope you guys don't mind. Alright, I will put the windows down so I can still talk to you. Do too much talking. And I totally forgot where we were. But we'll just pick up where some, on some topic. A lot of traffic. Yeah, so everything is going as well as I guess it could go. I feel like I could be one, doing more, and two, not have to work so hard, or feel like the only person that's building this maybe it's because I'm trying to build my own community. Maybe that's what it is. I don't know. On the good news front, we just surpassed 800 slimes. In fact, we have 804 total. Which brings us to only 196 left to make. I have well over 200 references to use, and I'm culling them down to something more manageable. I'm going to probably be like picking and choosing. I think I got blocked by one person, and that was after I made the statement about the others that have basically had left, and because their username is the username. I tried to like find out if I mistyped it or misspelled it. Nope. They are completely just erased from existence. And that only happens when they block you. I had recently what I do is before I do the big reveal or the big 100 is been putting them out. Well, originally I was releasing them one at a time and saying something about them, and now I'm releasing because there's so many. I'm releasing them 4 at a time, and every batch of 4. And I just realized, like, when I released them in the batch of 4, they were still there, and now they're gone. So, I'm gonna see if I can see if it's not true. But if they did block me, they blocked me. I mean, it is what it is. I might have accidentally made fun of their occupation and what they do for a living, and I have a tendency to do that. With fields that are have a bad reputation with people, and not everybody in those fields are charlatans and miscreants, I guess. But not everybody in those fields is that. So, but I do have to watch my what I say, because I accept people for who they are. I accept people for what they believe. I accept people. It's not a toleration. It's not a and it's not. I'm not advocating for those fields. I definitely give my opinion about them. But I know that I have come down pretty hard on people of those certain fields, and I don't know if I try not to be, but I know that because of my personal belief system and the people that I've actually encountered firsthand, I know for a fact that it's people of ill repute. It's probably the best way to put it. I've not met somebody who is legitimately caring and out for the well-being. I wouldn't put it past them that people like that exist. I am not talking about people that basically dabble or have the hobby of these things, which I think, it's great to have. It's like having a hobby in astrology or something like that. I don't want to mention what the occupation is because it gives away who the person is. Because if they did block me, they're not blocked for everybody else, and they can show up. So you wouldn't know that I made this error. Or it's not an error. You wouldn't know that I had that I've been blocked if in fact I was. But I can see somebody blocking me because any deep dive into my belief system will show how I feel about it, and then there are types of streamers and stuff like that I do not engage with, even if they're nice. I know it sounds really bad, but even if they're nice, even if they're well-meaning, I don't know. Again, haven't met anybody who is. I think it's a dangerous game, and if they are, kind of, aligned with my belief system, then what they're doing is they're making fun of and they're picking on people with those belief systems. So it's even, in my mind, that's even worse. It's like I said, once you get down this, that's not really a slippery slope, but once you get down there, it's really difficult to come back from. And it's just dealing in hate. And I accept the responsibility for, what I say. I accept everything that I say. Not the meaning that people get from it. I can't control what meanings people get from the things I say. But I do take responsibility, and I have said things that I need to take responsibility for. Not just apologize. Apologizing is a great first step. I mean, taking responsibility for my actions and my words. Realizing that things that I say and things that I do affect other people, and sometimes don't affect them the proper way. I mean, it could get into where can't please everybody, and again, even though I can't please everybody, people who take offense and stuff like that to things that I said, I take responsibility for what I said. I don't take responsibility for the meaning that people get from it. It's only what I said, not what you think I meant. That has little to almost nothing to do with what I was saying. And again, I try, because I do that as well, I try to derive exactly what somebody meant as opposed to what they said, because most people don't have ill intent. Don't have ill intent, behind what they say. I like to think that most people have good intentions and good, and mean very well. It's crazy. I am. That's where I'm at. I got kind of excited a couple days ago, and yesterday I got kind of like, I got slapped in the face with reality. So it was what I needed. I can't be going off like that. I can't think that all of a sudden things are just going to turn around. It's going to be a slow climb. And I'd like to think that I'm going to make it. But I also have to think of what I got. And what I do have is some very, very wonderful people in my life that are part of my stream. I would like to protect them. I would like to protect the fact that they have a safe space with me. They have a place to be, and they can be themselves. Because that is above all else. That's above the numbers. That's above everything else. That above the money. Is the fact that it is a safe space. And I think that it's not I think, I know that when I got suspended, and for what I got suspended for, not just a slap in the face, because it was, but it actually showed me that I was opening myself up to where a dangerous element like that could break my safe space. And I understand that they're met with a lot of hatred, and they're met with a lot of people who have ill intent towards them. And it is a tool, and it is a weapon that they use to defend themselves before. I'm giving them the benefit of the doubt that this is before any actions or things like that happen. And the problem with that is that they didn't give me a chance. Before they rolled against me. And I don't need people like that in my life. I don't want to find people like that. I probably have a bunch of people like that on Twitter. There might be a couple of them, that follow me on Twitch. But I definitely like to think that here on YouTube, this is the safest place. Not because it's the smallest, but because it's slow growth. And that people who really don't belong here don't find anything of use. They can't weaponize what's here. And I definitely like to think that the people that that stick around, and the people that are just coming in brand new, already feel welcome, already feel like this is their place. And the horrors that I hear from just any streamer that has any time in, or any large following, or is making a living, not just and some of them are making lots of money, some of they're top earners, but anybody who's making a decent living doing this has encountered. I mean, like, I just watched a story the other day talking about like how paranoid they were about people, the followers actually doing horrible things to them, not beyond doxing, but doxing was definitely part of it. And once that happened, it was just like the floodgates open, and it's just like I am definitely not as protected as I could be. I am definitely vulnerable to that. I mean, it showed in the attack against me. I mean, that is one of the reasons why I deleted that account and started anew and did not go back. The thing that most people don't understand is I did not go back to all my old haunts. I got invited back because of a connection, but I didn't when I started up the Q-Bean stuff. I did not go back to the all the old places and all the old communities and stuff like that. I deleted all of them. It was people in those communities that basically told me to come back, and I did. And some of the places welcomed me back with open arms, and some of the places scolded me for doing what I did. One of the places invited me back and then realized, like, oh, the reason that they're back is because I'm still following them, and they stopped following me. And I earned that. I earned that ire that they gave me. I was not kind about my leaving. I was abrupt. I was angry. I wanted everybody to feel the hurt that I was feeling, and it felt like I was alone. And it still feels like that pain that I felt. I can't even describe to you. It still feels. The worst thing about it is that it still feels like it's only me. And people have been suspended a lot for all different reasons. But I felt like mine was just so unjustified. And I was so vulnerable and so open with people and, giving my true feelings and stuff like that. And I even said that I would never do that again. And here I am, doing it again. But, when I talk about, like, people that have saved me from the brink, I'm not just talking about Twitch. I was already out of Twitch. It's gone from Twitch. I just created Q-Bean when I met Trua. And the only reason that I created Q-Bean was so that I could support a friend who was doing a subathon or something like that. But because I had no intention of building Q-Bean into anything more. I mean, I had Eskimo Q before Q-Bean. And Eskimo Q, I deleted. Because I wanted nothing to do with Twitch. But I was saying goodbye. I was going to say goodbye to this. Like, that's what people don't realize. It's not that I was saying goodbye to Twitch, because I already said goodbye to Twitch. I was saying goodbye to YouTube, to streaming altogether. It was ending. It was done. I was packing it up. And that was before the morning commute. Before I started the morning commute. Morning commute is the video series that saved my streaming. That's why I'm very partial to it. But yeah, I just like that's how, everything was so. I mean, I would say, oh, I said like, oh, I was days away from leaving. No, I was hours away, minutes even. I actually said hello, goodbye to Trua. She literally stopped me in my tracks and said, no, no, no. And I decided to, like, let's see how far this goes. And it went far. I mean, I'm still here. It's been well over a year. And I'm still here. I'm still doing this. Wherever you are, whatever you're doing, I hope you're having a great time doing it. And we will talk again. I'm sorry I didn't talk when I was putting air in the tire. I was not even close to the windows. I guess I was a little close. But, alright. So take care. Alright, bye.